How's it going?
Not too bad. A little early of a morning.
Nate apparently is showing up today. I think he's helping Jason with the backpack. So he texted me and said, your one student wouldn't stop commenting on the video when you were the guest. So you should, I guess, fill in. And so
Yeah.
I don't know where the heck Chris is. He was absent last week too.
Yeah. The seat's warm for him though. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Hey! Where's Nate and Jason? Who are you guys? Where is Nate and Jason? Wait! Who are you? Who are you people? Where is Nate and Jason? This is not you. Where's Jason? Where's Nate? Jack, don't let go!
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Pit Podcast. I'm Ian, filling in for Nate. We got Chris. And we got our special guest this week, Michael. Welcome to Pit Podcast.
Our esteemed editor. Thank you, Mikey.
I'm the director, but thank you, Chris. Thank you.
Chris.
It's good to finally be on the other side of this very long table.
Well, you didn't know I was the manager. You didn't know Philip was the editor. Now,
I don't. What can I say? First day on the job. I don't know.
Sounds about right.
So thank you, Michael, for somehow agreeing to be on this side of the studio. And wow, you are barely holding that chair together. That is about to break. You are quite.
Hey, I'm not that fat, okay? I'm getting there, but I'm not there.
No,
yet.
you're just horizontally challenged.
Very much so. I am a very short person. So
Right. So yeah. Well, you're a little bit too, Ian. You know.
I mean, all of us.
I think. Oh yeah, we're getting a little ground.
You know, we're not out looking for backpacks, so you know we're not.
yeah,
That's true. That's
we're
true.
not getting that
Speaking of for this episode, because Jason is still looking out for his backpack, Nate had to go on to his little uncharted adventures and try to find the forbidden Jason's backpack. He's somewhere out in the wilderness, somewhere out in the world, and you know what? Those two, they just gotta find it. So
They do.
Jason needed help.
you need help, a lot of help actually.
Yeah.
So Nate, Jason, if you're watching this, yeah,
You do you.
you do you.
We interrupt this programming to bring you some rather disturbing messages.
I don't know how much time I have.
All
So
right. Well, moving on from that, Michael. First question I got for you, because we asked this to all sorts of people. How did you get involved with Pit Podcast at the start?
yeah, what was your story?
So I kind of met most of you guys at States and throughout the off season, right? And as I started to find out about this Pit Podcast thing happening, I was with my team most events or volunteering, so I wasn't with you all the time. Just walked by, hear it occasionally. And then you guys released the first episode, the virtual one. And
one on
then
Zoom, yeah.
Chris reached out to me and was like, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. Can I get some help? And I'm like, yeah, I can help. So I brought my entire setup over, and with the help of Philip, we have this wonderful setup. So
Great, all and you voluntarily agreed to do this.
somehow I did, yeah.
So that's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. You know, we without your help directing and telling us, what to do, what not to do on the show, I don't think this would be aired legally.
Probably not.
Probably not. Yeah, but somehow you're agreeing to do this.
It's been a lot of fun. So
Fun.
I honestly I enjoy doing this every couple of weekends.
Yeah,
It's fun.
it's a cool time. It's
Yeah.
a cool time.
So I actually got another question relating to, right? So usually, like me, you're on the other side of that table
Yeah.
during the podcast. What exactly do you do over there? Because I'm kind of like, I don't understand any of this stuff. So can you explain, like I'm five, like why we need you?
So what I what
Sounds
I do
bad. We love you.
So what I primarily do is I'll set up all the audio with the help of Philip. We'll set up all the camera and stuff like that. What you see on the screen, the meme and stuff, that gets set up by us. And anything to actually run the show live is what I do. Throughout the episode, I'm giving you guys like time updates and reminders. Say someone's not talking loud enough into their mic. Well, I'm letting you guys know that. But my primary job is changing audio throughout the episode because Chris likes to be all over the place.
I don't know what you're talking about. I speak normal and I think normal.
Keeps me on my toes.
Yeah, exactly. Earn your non-existent paycheck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, that's cool. Yeah. So you help us direct and get us back on track. So that's cool. And speaking of like on track and stuff, so who are you?
So
What team are you? How'd you find us? Like all that's jazz. What team and your role and that aspect. It's like who are you?
I'm Michael, obviously. I'm one of the mentors for the Torqnados out of Trenton, Team 5090, and was their lead mentor for Torqnados JV 21363. Before that, I was an alum for them, 2016 through 19. So I've kind of been Trenton all my life almost.
Wow.
So,
Hey, you're from Trenton throughout
Yep.
your whole life. Grew up there.
Mhm.
That's cool. It's cool.
yeah, it's a little weird coming back as a mentor, formerly an alumni, right? But as for a lot of us, we get that connection to that team, and it's like we want to see them be successful and give our all to help them get there.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's one of the cool dynamics, at least on this show, is that I think all of us we've more or less been with that same team
Mhm.
since our beginnings, since
Yep.
when we just started, and now we're all coming back and making sure that our teams are able to have that experience and that level of gracious professionalism and experience for whatever they want to do, right? College, trades, or anything of that nature. That is really cool.
My biggest reason to come back and mentor was to give the students the opportunities that I was only given because FIRST was a thing.
Absolutely.
I would not be where I am today without FIRST. Completely different career path even. So it's definitely been life-changing.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's true for all of us.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think any of us would be doing what we're doing or continue mentoring, volunteering without FIRST. Had that much of impact.
Mhm.
So, but you said job and career, right?
Yeah, I did.
So what do you work? Where do you work? And like, what do you do?
So my primary role is I'm a IT manager for a small welding company.
Mhm.
But we kind of do everything. So we have a division that does shirts. And speaking of shirts, let's shout out our new merch store. See the Pit Podcast Tour shirt right behind Chris there. Get yours. Link is live now at shop.pitpodcast.com. And if your team is looking for a merch store to set up for yourself or team shirts, reach out to Royal Shirtery. Become an affiliate today, such as the Torqnados and soon to be the Steel Armadillos.
Boom!
And soon to be your team. Check us out.
Royal Shirtery. They're incredible people. They're a great company. So great merch. I love the products. I love what they do. It's great. So, but yeah.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I run part of the shirtery, so I help manage all the orders, make sure we have inventory. I'm the primary contact for dealing with communications of that nature. So
handling like the logistics and the operations of that nature.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And the what's like the challenging aspect of doing logistics for like shirt orders and stuff like that? Like what have you seen?
So I'll say logistics wise, like getting it to them, it's super easy. The hard part is making sure the product is something they are happy with in the end. Because when you go throughout the process, right? Say you send me a logo, right? Depending on the file format, it might not be the highest resolution. There might be some stuff in there that you didn't see looking at it on your phone or whatever that we see in our actual design software. And adapting that to get the best possible results for printing is often very challenging. So managing our capabilities with the customer's expectations, that's probably the most difficult part about it.
Yeah. I can only imagine, because there's so many variables that go along the way of when a shirt order is ordered, when it's, looked at and reviewed, when it's printed, and then when you receive the product, right? There's so many things in the middle that can go wrong, to where like your shirt is like, oh, shirts made from like Toys R Us versus your guys' shirts are actually like professionally made, good quality that won't stink up your room if you don't shower with it or any of that nature. It sounds like your guys has got more or less locked to the teeth of things that could go wrong to be prevented and get the product to be the best that it can be for the end client.
Yep.
So that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, we definitely try our hardest, and when things don't go well, which there's always a chance, right? The customer reaches out to us, and we always make it right.
Yeah.
So our customers are our clients, they're our advertisement, they're everything for us. So
yeah. And can you repeat too, just like if a team wants to utilize you guys as a supplier for your next team merch update, for their team, how can they reach you?
So if you go to royalshirtery.com, we have a contact form on there. Go ahead and fill in your information. It'll send us an email, and then we'll get back to you shortly.
That's fantastic.
Awesome.
That's fantastic.
Awesome.
Yep. We'll start with you send us roughly what you want, maybe a sample of your logo. We'll send you back some prices and some shirt options, unless if you already have a specific shirt you go with, such as Trenton, we're using specific Gildan shirts this year. I know. Yep, that's our shirt right there. Actually, our competition shirt for this year. And whatever shirt you want, we can pretty much find it. And then, we'll go from there, get you some prices. Our prices are normally really good, especially on bulk orders. Take advantage of that discount.
Yeah, I'll say, looking firsthand and kind of comparing to some of what our team has used in the past, your prices are, I can vouch for them.
Thank you. We try to be the lowest we possibly can. So
yeah, and it shows. It shows in its quality too.
But still that quality.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Feels like family.
Feels like a family.
Thank you.
Yeah. And that aspect of family, so going back to what you said about originally being with Torqnados and mentoring Torqnados. So what was that transition like for you when you were a student on the team to now, like you said, head coaching, right? Head coaching or soon to be head coach. Yep. Gotcha. Yeah. So what was like that transition like for you?
So as a student, it was the 2016 through 19, right? We had really good robots and we had kind of pretty bad robots, if I'm being honest. As a student, it was pretty fun. We learned a lot. Unfortunately, we didn't do a lot of CAD when I was a student, though, which is something that's very interesting to me now. It was kind of I think it was an Open Alliance team coined it, the garage methodology or something like that, to where it's just prototyping a part, right? You grab materials off the shelf, throw them together, see if it makes a decent prototype. That's kind of what we used to do. And it was fun. We used a lot of 80/20 back in the day. But now we're a lot more CAD based. So as a design side of it, we're night and day different. We're building way more complex robots. We're able to go through designs. Before, when I was a student, it might be 5 or 6 designs, with your entire season being prototyping until like the last 2 weeks. And now we're done with prototyping in probably a week and a half. CAD's done in 2 weeks almost.
Yeah.
And it's it's honestly a little shocking to come back to a team that's completely changed how it used to be, for the better, right?
Right.
So then, did you take a few years off? I'm assuming most people do.
Mhm.
Yeah. So originally I was told I was not allowed to come back and mentor. So the joke running when I was a student was, oh, I'm going to be a super senior so I can be on the team another year. Of course, I wouldn't do that. You should focus on your studies, put that first. That's, as a team, that's also our methodology. But no, I went to college. I went to Akron for a while, University of Akron. And then I transferred to U of M Dearborn to be a little closer to home. And when I transferred back is when I kind of went to our shop to see what's going on. That was right after we won states too. So that was another big push, like, oh, wow, this team has changed a lot. I want to go check them out again. And then I got roped into doing FTC, and that was a lot. Basically instantly pulled back to being lead mentor for FTC as soon as I showed my face. And now soon to be the head coach for 5090. So
that's got to be a really cool feeling to go from being a student on the team and that brand and something you spent so much time, poured so much love into, and such a formative part of your life, those formative years, to now be able to go back and kind of be the top honcho.
Yeah, it's
soon to be top honcho.
Soon to be, yeah.
Honestly, it's a little worrying sometimes too, balancing my expectations where I want the team to be versus where the team should be. You know, every team has that progression curve, right? Some are a little steeper than others, but you make it too steep and the students miss out. So balancing that to where I want to be eventually, right? That's a big job to handle.
Well, of course, right? Because you have basically all this weight on you that you gotta really juggle, right? Okay, where does that performance? How do I want that performance of that team be? But also maintain that experience and that level of, you know, being able to try different things for the team. How do you not compromise one another? That's even for like a lot of teams. That's something that they all struggle with too. Is where's that line? Where is that finite expertise to not compromise performance, not compromise experience, not compromise, just the level of community, right? So I can't imagine what that like, because I know head coaching. It's just, wow. I just can't believe, Yeah,
it's definitely going to be a big change, but should be fun.
Yeah,
I'm excited for the challenge. So
what do you? So as so you said you were a head coach for FTC, right? So is there any like similarities that you bring that you can bring from FTC to Torqnados?
So some of them, I was the lead mentor.
Okay.
So I handled all of the robot side, basically.
Right.
Anything administrative, the coach of the team handled. But the biggest thing I can carry over is how I work with the students. Because as a coach, right, you have to take more of a above approach to it and let your mentors work directly with them. And it was some of that I can take from FTC, some of the management, like, hey, these are our deadlines, we have to hit these, important stuff that we have to submit for. Like some of that kind of stuff I can take, but honestly, FTC and FRC are pretty different. So it's working with the littler kids, it's a lot more hands-on. It's where the FRC, I can help them napkin scratch a design and they can just go and build it on their own. You don't have to work with them much. So that's what I like about FRC. They have a lot more, I don't want to say creative,
but they've developed their skills a little bit more.
Applying their thoughts.
Versus like FTC, this is like their first time ever doing.
FTC is really good for getting ideas though. They can, our exercise at the start is always like figure out prototypes. The entire team does it, even our business team. We'll write ideas on the whiteboard. We'll give them posted cards and stuff to draw out what they think the robot should look like. And we'll probably have 50 ideas in just one meeting. To where FRC, you might have 5.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Wow.
Yeah.
It's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not versed in FTC at all. I don't really know much of how that world compares versus like FRC, because all I have really known is FRC and a touch bit of FLL. So in that aspect of it, I can only go based off of like your anecdotes, right, of FTC and how that translates to FRC and of for that aspect.
Well,
so
I'm kind of curious, just strictly talking about FTC type stuff, because I've worked with FTC before. I was a youth mentor when I was in high school, and I've tinkered with our middle school teams in our school district ever so slightly since I've been back. How do you handle kind of the shorter attention span middle schoolers tend to have, and their ability to kind of focus and lock in?
So that's probably the worst part about FTC. It is very hard to keep them engaged. So what I found the best in the head coach for Robo Jackets actually taught me this at one of their workshops for FTC. And it was that you've got to lead them through a task that'll give them little exciting bits, I guess, is the best way to say it. So it's like, I'll give you this, for example, making a paper airplane is step 1, say, right? And maybe a 20-step process. Well, they make the paper airplane. Well, let them throw it, right? Kids, when they love throwing paper airplanes, right? It gives them excitement. She worded it lets the dopamine rush or something like that, right?
Those little dopamine hits.
Yeah.
So you give them that, and then you have them focus more detailed on another project, and then give them when they start looking out of it, pull them back over, have them do another little thing that lets them get a little more dopamine, right? And it's this constant back and forth of trying to do it. And that's really difficult when you're managing 15 different kids, and it's like they all have to be, maybe 2 of them or whatever, have to be working on this project together. So it's very difficult to just say, hey, go assemble this motor and gearbox and work with another kid, right? It's for one person, because when running our build team, right, I probably had 9 kids to deal with that every single day, and it was just me.
That's a real tough ratio.
Yeah, that was
at that age.
Yeah, because we had about 15 kids on the team, and majority are build because they're like, oh, I want to build a cool robot. And when you only have 4 mentors, it's sometimes you had some rough days. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you had any other questions on the FTC stuff.
Like I said, I don't really know too much about the world of FTC. So I mean, it's just I can only imagine the challenge of FTC. I do remember when
you can.
I do remember back when I was in middle school when we had our FTC team. But the unfortunate thing was that there wasn't that much press. There wasn't really. I didn't even know we had FTC or even FIRST was even a thing when I was in middle school, because I think our FTC team at the time was small, so it was only just a handful of students that if they wanted to do it, they did it, and the school didn't really advertise it that way. Which if I would have known that FTC was even an option as a student for an extracurricular, I would have jumped right on it to do it. Yeah. Which unfortunately I missed that part of being a little scoundrel and annoying the adults.
And that's the hard part about a lot of the FIRST programs too. If you don't have really good advertising and getting that word out to your school,
right,
there's a lot of kids that'll just slip through the cracks.
Right.
I know. We just got, for the high school team, we just got 2 new seniors to join the team, and they're loving it. They wish they knew it their freshman year.
Wow.
Yeah, we get that with our teams too. It's every year we get probably about a half dozen seniors who join, and there's usually 2 or 3 of them that are like really into it, wind up being on pit crew or this, that, and the other thing, and are like, dang, I really wish I would have known about this a few years ago. Or maybe sometimes they knew about it, but just
didn't think it was that cool, right?
Right, back
If
then.
they were going to be able to be into it.
Right.
But
And the biggest thing too is that even like in marketing to those students and trying to get them to join the team, right? Those are real life experiences that they can transfer over to both college and a job even, right? For example, like CADing or fabricating, marketing, even like impact award, like those are all like real
public speaking. Yeah, that's a big
those
one.
are real skills that you can transfer over to, you know, let's say for example, a job interview, to where once you get the job, you have those same stuff that you got from an FRC team that you can just like, oh, I've got a competitive edge compared to some schmuck from, you know, town over that didn't do this. I'm gonna get the job, right? So it's like, you know, so I wish that obviously, right, it's important that for the teams themselves, they're able to like openly market to accept students and to let everyone be able to participate in a program like this, but also like that medium of like community help as well. Get the word out to make sure that those students, they at least have the knowledge that they know they could join and to experience first, you know?
Yeah.
that was a good speech, Chris.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Okay. You see, we're new to this, guys, right? Nate's gone. He's out looking for the backpack. I don't know what. I thought Jason could do it himself. But so anyway, you're not just a mentor. I mean, you're a great mentor for so many different levels of the program, for such a great team. But you also sometimes, that's not enough for you. You'll mentor all day, every day for like weeks on end, and then you'll decide, you know what? I don't want to weaken to myself. I'm going to volunteer. So you're an FTAA.
Yep.
Why?
You even,
Good question.
Why?
So, believe it or not, I actually started as an MC.
You're MC.
I was an MC.
Wait. Were you the one with like the yellow cape? The yellow cape.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Really? Oh, Southfield, right? Southfield?
Marysville was my first event.
Oh, that's right. See, this is the funny thing about you starting it as an MC. I specifically remember on Drive Team, my old team, we competed at Marysville, and I see this little man, you know, waddling with the microphone, going, you know, and we've got Team 1189. And I specifically remember just looking at Drive Team.
From Grosse Pointe, Michigan, it's the Gearheads. We're all Gearheads here.
It's a pretty good time impression.
That was
Brian's the MC, okay?
Right.
Yeah, Brian says, that's,
God, that you open up a hidden memory. I forgot you were.
I was trying to MC with my best Tom impression.
You
got that spot on.
Yep. But anyways, you were an MC, and then how did you become FTAA?
I realized I didn't actually like to MC. I lost my voice way too often at those events.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it was just, I mean, it was fun, right? But I'm also don't like a lot of public speaking. So
okay.
Kind of the worst role.
Imagine when this video comes out, we have people watching you.
Not thinking about that.
Okay. My mistake.
But no, so, and then I think it was 2019. It was one of the off-season events. I was talking to one of the field staff, right? One of the FTAs walked up. I don't remember who it was. And then I started just randomly asking questions about the FMS, field management software or system and stuff, right? And then he started answering all my questions instant. And then I was like, okay, well, what does this do? And why does this do that kind of thing? And then I ended up FTAing a couple matches in 2019 at that off season. And actually started to enjoy it. So 2020, I was supposed to FTAA, but COVID happened, so I only field resetted that year, I believe, which was also kind of funny because we were all at the Southfield event. Pretty much.
The Southfield event, man, that's I still can't get over the fact that we didn't like knew each other back then, but we
Yeah.
met each other
Yeah.
at Southfield,
We
and
were all
now
talking.
later on we just all
Yep.
became, big old wolf pack,
Yeah, Wolfpack. And then 2022 was officially I was scorekeeping, but I was switching off for FTAA because we had so many people
Mhm.
as scorekeeper. We had like 3 scorekeepers, I think. So that was my first real taste of a full event, and I got hooked. So 2023, I FTA'd, I CSA'd, 24 FTA'd and CSA'd, and got to do states for the first time for FTAA because I got COVID the past year for states, which sucked. But, and yeah, now I'm doing it again. I'm crazy for doing it, but I'm doing it again.
I know you as an FTAA, you do like get the field going. You make sure everyone you help everybody, make sure their bot is working, make sure it's operational, ready for the match. And then when comes field teardown, dude, it's like seeing like a Tom and Jerry episode. You see this little man, just running around trying to chase the cheese, which the cheese is, by the way, the road cases for the trailers. You see him running around, trying to get away from Tom, and it's like, wow, how are you and I in this episode? Tom and Jerry.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, you were saying you're running away from Tom as in Tom the cat, not Tom Nader.
Oh yeah. Tom the cat, not Nader, not Tom Nader. Tom Nader. We probably could, get you. Yeah, but
We love Tom.
yeah,
Yeah.
voice of him, Tom. But yeah, that's crazy. So I'm happy that you do volunteer and you do help out a lot, set up and field teardown. Because otherwise, without that extra hand, we might be.
Well, I mean, we were at Paris last.
Oh my God!
last
Don't get me
off
started.
season. That was the first time I think I'd really ever got to work directly
Yep.
with you in any sort of fashion. Although you'd been my recommended Facebook friends for I don't know how many years, but yeah, just doing teardown. There was like almost nobody there for the teardown. Great event though, but it was like, oh my gosh, look at. It's like,
I did like 6 road cases.
we'd be here till 3
by
a.m.
myself.
We'd be here till 3 a.m. if it weren't for you. Like you're master at it.
Yeah, it was a lot. It definitely helped that I had done like 6 events before that. So
there you go.
kind of had most. I kind of had most of it memorized
Know how that field goes
by
at
that point. Yeah.
Yeah. And we're just just tell us what to do.
Yeah. My muscle.
Yeah, muscle. Right.
That was fun. That was actually my first event in roughing too. Yeah.
That's right. Your first event. Yeah.
That was fun.
It was. Yeah.
Almost got hit with the note a couple times.
Right
Yeah,
in the
but
line
you
of
should.
fire.
Yeah, but you were like Jason Bourne, just
Yeah.
dodging them,
Yeah. There was a couple close calls.
Yeah, but yeah, you did fantastic.
Thank you.
And yeah, hopefully,
thank you, head rep. Off season head rep.
Off
right?
season,
Yeah,
off
yeah.
season,
Yeah.
off season. I am in no capacity at all. It's just yeah.
That was a fun event.
It was.
Yeah.
It was an experience.
It was a long event, but
Yeah.
it was a fun event.
Yeah, it was long, but it was good. It was good. But speaking of like what's like juicy, have you seen any robot reveals as of late?
I've seen a couple. Yeah.
You seen a couple?
Yeah.
I'm curious from your perspective, like what's a couple that like stood out to you?
I'm gonna say the orbit run really stood out to me.
The
Right?
orbit,
Defending
1690.
world champions, right? You're always gonna look to them
Yeah.
to see what they pull out the big guns, right?
Mhm.
And the way they grabbed the coral was kind of interesting.
Yeah, they it's interesting. It's not like a traditional like suction vacuum pump. They use like a hex shaft that what is it?
That pulls a piston
pulls
to
the piston.
generate the suction of a piece, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and having the ground intake too. I mean, my team didn't spend a lot of time prototyping it just because we don't have a lot of students. But coral ground intake is kind of easy this year, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
At least one side. If you're doing
Sure.
both sides, it gets pretty
Yeah,
complicated.
yeah.
But like the coral ground intake, same spot. They had a little arm, and then for algae, it's so simple. for their same mechanism. Like their robot looks so light, too. Do you know what size they are? Are they like a 24 or 26?
It looks, I think, closer to 26 by 26. I think. Again,
because they looked kind of small.
Yeah, they look small, right? I think it looked. I mean, again, 26 looks kind of
looked like a fast bot.
Oh yeah.
I didn't watch their week 0, but
right
from their reveal, they looked really fast.
Yeah, they I believe on their Instagram they just posted a 4-piece coral auton.
Impressive.
Wow.
4-piece. That like.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
At a week 1. Week 0.
Week
Sorry.
zero.
Week 0.
Week 0.
They
They compete on a Monday. On a Monday for it first ISR number 1.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they're already rocking and rolling.
That's crazy.
And they normally do that too for their past events, past seasons. That they're going. They are going. So I just can't wait to see them. You know how they evolve throughout the season.
Yeah.
Have you seen? What about the other ones? Have you seen like Hilltoppers or
I've seen some of them. Not a lot of them. If I'm being honest.
Okay.
My YouTube recommendations has not been kind to me yet.
Okay.
I gotta wait till this weekend and then I should start getting all of them again. But no, a couple of them are cool. A lot of them are doing like a funnel type.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a lot of ground intakes yet.
Not a lot. Yeah. A lot of buckets, a lot of funnels, which I can understand.
It's super
why.
easy though.
Yeah, because all you have to do is be right at the loading station, shove it into your bot, and just go.
And you don't even need it active. Like on my bot, we're doing a funnel system, and it's completely passive, and it works well. Occasionally, you got to shake the robot a little bit,
right?
I mean,
but that's not even taking maybe a second, even not even. Yeah, you just shake and bake, baby.
Very effective.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What have you seen, Ian?
Well, I'm not really that great at watching all these because, well, like I mentioned back in my episode when I was in the purple chair, right? I hit the post when it yelled at by Philip. I don't touch any of the robot stuff, right? Like I do robotics. I find the strategy side of it cool, and I find like the marketing side of it cool. And I used to program, but I don't really even do that anymore. So, I mean, I saw the orbit one. I thought it looked pretty cool. It kind of reminded me a little of HOTS from a couple of years back. Not really exactly at all, but kind of just the way the arm was moving a little bit.
Yeah.
2023, right?
2023.
Yep.
And I just find it cool watching these robot reveal videos when I do, just to see like the production that goes into it. And it always really impresses me because that's time they're spending kind of putting these really awesome shots together and showing off the robot when you probably have programming who's begging to get time with it. You have your drivers who are begging to get time with it. You have mechanical who's saying, this is broken, we need to fix it. It's
hard to balance.
But it's awesome to watch.
Yeah.
They're definitely some of the coolest things I've seen from teams. So.
Absolutely. Wow. Okay.
I think that's it.
I think that's it. So let's thank you for watching this episode of the Pit Podcast. Thank you to Michael.
Thank you for having me.
To Ian.
Yep.
That's slimy. I don't like that. You got to shower. But anyways, thank you for watching another episode of the Pit Podcast. Make sure to check us out on our YouTube channel and follow us on all of our socials. We've got the goods. We got Instagram. We got TikTok. We got Twitch. Be sure to also click on the link for you to have a chance to have a thing to be on the guest, like Michael. Make sure to click on that form to be on guest. Or if you got any questions for us to answer, fill out on the Google form. We also have our lovely
merch.
Look at this shirt. Look at this shirt. Look how crispy that is. That is a crispy shirt. And it's very soft too. Like, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. It smells fantastic. It's soft. This can be yours at the shop.royal. What is it?
Shop.pitpodcast.com.
Exactly.
Yep. Get our merch powered by Royal Shirtery.
Yep. Royal Shirteries. Get your shirts now, or else I'm gonna come find you. I'm gonna find you and say, "Hey, you need a shirt."
Yeah. Be a part of our tour.
Yeah.
The podcast tour 2025,
Yeah.
baby. Let's go.
And until next time, I